The Biafra War reduced children to just numbers. Young children sometimes accidentally found themselves surrounded by strangers, carrying only whatever they could salvage in the chaos. They joined stampedes of strangers, following blindly because there was nobody left to follow by name. They slept on borrowed grounds in strange places, in the cold, ate rotten food because that was all there was, and walked for days through forests and farmlands, ducking into bushes whenever soldiers ordered the crowd to stay still. Nobody came looking for them. The war made the disappearance of children into crowds an ordinary thing, unremarkable enough to go unrecorded, unnamed, and unaddressed by any authority. This video draws from Dr. Richie Adewusi's eyewitness account as a child who lived through the Biafra War, as he narrated in his book Biafra, Lest We Forget, examining how the silence that swallowed the victims of the war has still not found voice in Nigeria, today, 2026, as children have become incorporated into the spiraling terrorism industry in northern Nigeria. If you care about the direction Nigeria is heading, please watch this video to the end, and share it with everyone you know. In the heat of the Biafra War, confused and scared children moved through crowds of displaced strangers searching for familiar faces that never appeared. They ate whatever was possible and kept moving, because staying still felt more dangerous than forward motion into the unknown. Some of those children survived, including Dr. Richie Adewusi, invisible to every institution that should have known they existed, growing into adults in a country that never acknowledged what it had put him through. It is now 2026, and the silences that the Biafra War produced, around civilian suffering, around unresolved grievances, around whose lives are expendable and whose are not, have only grown, taking on new and more dangerous shapes. Nigerians, including soldiers, are killed at a frequency that should trigger immediate emergency response from any government. No presidential address has followed. No mourning declared. No state of emergency declared. No accountability offered. The military is being made to look incompetent before the world, while those above them remain conspicuously quiet, yet making statements that embolden terrorism and terrorists. That deafening silence from leadership has spread downward, and the loudest voices in Nigeria today belong almost entirely to those perpetrating harm through their speakings. For example, Sheikh Ahmed Gumi has called for bandits to be incorporated into governance and paid salaries. Should every ethnic nationality in Nigeria now take up arms to earn that same remuneration? Daniel Bwala's recent appearance before Al Jazeera laid bare the ideological emptiness currently passing for state communication in Nigeria, and Nigerian representatives in Mexico, France, and Germany are further examples of the same. Meanwhile, the administration's energy is consumed almost entirely by 2027 electoral calculations, while Nigerians, including the soldiers meant to protect them, are being buried weekly, even during Ramadan. The first duty of any government is the protection of lives and properties of its citizens. When that fails repeatedly and without consequences, everything else it claims as achievement is without foundation. The silence around all of this could be said to be understandable. Nigerian history is populated with men who spoke with conviction and paid dearly for it. Ken Saro-Wiwa was executed, MKO Abiola died in detention, Shehu Musa Yar'Adua died in prison, Olusegun Obasanjo was imprisoned on treason charges, and others following across different administrations. However, Nigerian musicians over time have refused to remain silent about pressing social issues, and Dr. Sir Warrior is no exception. Christogonus Ezebuiro Obinna, born in 1947 in Imo State, southeast Nigeria, and known to the world as Dr. Sir Warrior, was one of the most purposeful musical voices Nigeria has ever produced. Leader of the Oriental Brothers International Band and a towering figure in Nigerian highlife from the 1970s through the 1990s, he passed away on June 2, 1999, but his words have outlasted him. In Hapum Mebiri, he made a plea as direct as language allows: "Leave me alone and let me live. I am a human being, a creation of God." That a man of his stature felt compelled to sing those words says everything about the Nigeria he lived in. That those words remain just as necessary and urgent in 2026 says everything about the Nigeria we have inherited. All hope is not lost. Nigerians must speak. Patriotic journalists, community leaders, clerics, and citizens of genuine conscience who live within regions overwhelmed by banditry must use their voices clearly and publicly to establish that those carrying arms do not represent their communities, do not speak on their behalf, and should receive no reward that treats their violence as a legitimate political enterprise. Silence from principled people in those regions is being read as consent, and processed by those committing atrocities as endorsement. Nigeria cannot be rebuilt by those burning it. The terrorists wasting Nigerian lives and turning Nigerians into refugees in Nigeria should never be rewarded with any sort of reconciliation and rehabilitation, which is a mockery of the lives they have wasted, and the communities they have made desolate. Every version of reconstruction that has ever worked anywhere in the world started with people who had every reason to stay quiet, choosing instead to speak up. The lessons of the Biafra War, and the lesson of everything that has followed it, is that silence has never protected anyone. Thank you for watching. Please share this video with friends and family. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you do not miss upcoming videos in this series. Our full live streams on this topic are available on our YouTube channel at May Nigeria Never Happen to You. May Nigeria happen for all Nigerians, and for friends of Nigeria.